it up. Clap it up, man. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Uh, Wednesday night, Eastern Shore and Baltimore Biblical Law class. I am a priest and officer of 1,000, Aisha Allah. You know what I'm saying? Gonna be here breaking it down tonight. You know what I mean? Tonight's topic is about wolves. We talking about wolves here tonight, man. Wolves. And you got to ask yourself this question. Is my pastor a wolf? Is my pastor a wolf, man? That's I mean, I don't really know what else to tell you, you know. You stick through the class, you know what I'm saying? We're going to go over some scriptures, you know. We're going to go over some current events. We're going to go over some your typical, some things that are just kind of everyday occurrences. You understand that, we in the ISUPK under Command and General Yohana have been instructed very sufficiently on all things pertaining to, I don't want to say warfare, but even the Bible considers it warfare. But all things, warfare. And a big part of warfare, one of the main parts of warfare is understanding who your enemies are, understanding what what the dangers are. You understand? Again, we're the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are under Commanding General Yohana. If it is not under Commanding General Yohana in the ISUPK, then it is not the truth. We are not affiliated with any other Christian organizations, Muslim mosques, Hindu temples, Egyptology, Pan-Africanism, you name it, Rastafarianism, you understand? No other religious institution or any other institution on earth, you understand? We stand alone in this fight, teaching the truth of the Bible. And that truth is that the Lord's chosen people, the 12 lost tribes of Israel, you understand? You can see on my background on, Facebook and YouTube and Twitter, right? You can see this background lists the 12 tribes and it identifies those 12 tribes. To kind of make it succinct, that's pretty much your so-called Blacks, your so-called Native Americans, and your so-called Latinos, and your so-called West Indians, all right? So that's, we are the Lord's chosen people. We are the lost tribes, you understand? We are the people who have lost our identity, you understand? We lost our identity by turning away from the law, statutes, and commandments of our Father. You understand? Like any child that goes astray, like any child that, disobeys their parent and kind of goes and pursues their, they go to pursue their own pleasures, they're going to find themselves, being very, being disconnected from the family in which they, they come from. And that's a part of us, you know what I'm saying? That's a part of what has happened to the Lord's chosen people, right? We kind of got away from obeying our Father, and we've drifted away from our identity. We've drifted away from, our inheritance, right? But then, furthermore, we are also, involved in a, centuries, millennia long battle with, the so-called oppressor, man. You understand? The Romans and the Greeks, right, of antiquity, man. Like, and what they've done very successfully is they've done a hell of a job of covering up our history. They've done a great job of disguising, you understand, who the Lord's chosen people are. They know, and they've done a masterful job of keeping it a secret and beating that out of us, beating that history and that knowledge and that identity and that heritage out of us. You understand? Through very aggressive oppression. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna, the Christian church, right? Not just the Christian church, but our so-called leadership, is very much a factor in all of this, right? Because if we're the Lord's chosen people, right? The Lord's chosen people are always described in the Bible as kind of like sheep, right? Like as a people who do require leadership, we do require guidance, we do require instruction, right? We do require pointing in the right direction, we do require correction when we're wrong, right? So we naturally have a tendency to follow people and philosophies and doctrines and all kinds of nonsense. The issue is that we've actually we've gotten away from the actual source, the actual truth that has any real benefit, any type of real beneficial information or instruction that'll actually help us, right? So we actually, we got to get back to that. But there's a barrier to us getting back to it. There's a barrier to us getting back to what the Most High wants us to do. You understand? And a big factor in that barrier is a lot of the information that we get fed up inside of that Christian church, man. We have, these so-called pastors up in this church that are so-called teaching the Bible and so-called teaching about God and so-called teaching about, Jesus. But again, there's this disconnect between what they're teaching and what the Lord truly wants of us. You understand what the Most High truly wants us to do, how he truly wants us to act, how he truly wants us to behave, the things that he wants us to do, the things that he doesn't want us to do. There's a disconnect between what we're being taught in the Christian church and in all these other philosophies, right? All these other doctrines. You know what I mean? We could rattle them all off because they're all kind of like birds of the same feather. They're lies. You understand? Anything outside of what we teach in the ISUPK, which comes explicitly from the Bible, like it's just not the truth. It is not what the Most High intended us to follow. It's not what the Most High intended us to believe in and to invest our our faith in and to invest our our spirits in, right? So we're going to get into the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 15, man. We're going to get smooth into it, man. This is the New Testament for you Christians that think that, the Old Testament is somehow, done away with. And, we'll get into it. We'll get into a lot of the stuff that we learn in that Christian church. But the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 15 says, if you read in the Bible, you can look this scripture out, right? In the King James Bible, right? You'll see that the words of Christ are written in red. When those words are written in red, that indicates that these are words that Christ himself are saying. You understand? Like they don't have quotation marks for what Christ says, like you would see in a newspaper article or a magazine article, right? But his words are written in red. These are the things that are coming out of his mouth. So if you're going to follow after Christ, I think you would give, a little bit of credence and a little bit of, respect to the things that Christ himself actually says. Now, all of your pastors profess to follow after Christ, right? Let's hear what they say. It says, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 15. It says, beware of false prophets. That word beware is something that, we have a very difficult time understanding, man. Even the idea of being aware of something, even the idea of being on guard or being alert, being skeptical, being critical, that isn't a Christian, approach to living, right? the Christian approach to living is very much more so, everything's just all good and all gravy, and God just gonna have his way, and it doesn't matter what I do or what anyone else does, everything is just fine, man. And that's kind of that's irresponsible. That's an irresponsible way to go about leading the Lord's chosen people, man. Especially when we have so much stacked against us, especially when our oppressor has so many snares and traps set, at every turn. Satan is very, diligent at his job to attempt to destroy us. You understand? And the Christian church just teaches us to wear the Christian church teaches us to just wear a cross, and then pretty much everything's just gonna be fine, be just fine, right? Wearing that damn crucifix, it wards off vampires, it wards off, I'm saying, demons. You understand? Like that thing is a do all, which is insanely irresponsible considering the type of fight that we actually have to engage in. Okay. Yo said that no Christian ever. Whatever. And again, if you got questions and stuff, feel free to throw them in the chat, man. I'll entertain, the serious questions at this time, because I do got a topic to teach. After class, I typically will kind of, strictly more so focus on the questions and do a lot more back and forths. But like if a very relevant question comes across the screen, then it could possibly get answered. All right. So again, we're gonna get back to it. It says, beware of false prophets. Like I said, the pastor does not teach you to beware of anything. The pastor teaches you that everything is just super sweet, everything's fine. You just sing gospel music, and then everything just works out perfect. When that is again, that's irresponsible, right? It says, beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing. Now, that's a very important thing to focus on, right? It says that false prophets are going to come to you in sheep's clothing. Now, that sheep's clothing, it's how do we say it? Like, that's a layered understanding. Like, it's levels to understanding what that sheep's clothing is. You understand? But the point and the gist of it is, that sheep's clothing is just a disguise, right? It's a disguise. It's not truly what it is. All right. It's a disguise that's intended to get you to not be alert, to not be on guard, to not beware. You understand? So it says, beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly. So you've got clothing on, but then under that clothing, you've got some inwardness. You got the real you. You understand? You've got the sheep's clothing that's a disguise. And again, it's a disguise. Like, how harmless is a sheep? Huh? Google how many people have ever been, murdered by a sheep. Huh? How many sheep? Oh, shoot. Salakia TikTok. Excuse me. I take back that last statement. Google how many people have been unalived by, or how many casualties have come from sheep. Like sheep have a very, like sheep are a very docile, a very, non-threatening, non-dangerous creature. So, false prophets put on this, this disguise of being insanely harmless. This persona of, we would never ever do any harm to anyone. Have you seen the Catholics? The robes that they wear, right? This is where it gets layered. Like think about the way that the parishioners and the bishops and the pastors dress. Just look at the way they dress, right? Those priests, look at the way those priests dress. The clothing that they put on is very much intended to give the onlookers or the people that view them a very secure and safe feeling about them. You understand? Like there's no way that the pastor in that robe is going, throw hands with you. Not in that robe, huh? Not in that pastor's robe. Not, like, and again, you take the whole church production where everyone is encouraged to dress like the pastor, right? The pastor dresses in suits and ties, and I mean, everything's pressed and neat, and surely he's not violent, right? Surely he's not, surely he loves the Lord and he is holy. He carries a Bible in his hand every damn where he goes, right? They wear those white collars. I actually don't even know what the hell that little white collar on the throat. You know what I'm saying? With that little instead of a tie, I don't even know what that's about. But it has the connotation of like, the meat, like this is this represents, a priest with that little white collar right here. Like all of those visual things are intended to give you a sense of that, yeah, that person, means me no harm. That's interesting to me, man. That's very interesting to me. Yeah, like I mean, I'm on TikTok, so I gotta be very careful with the way I'm about to phrase, what I'm thinking about now. But like, even even the brands that these pastors wear, like even like never the brands, like the designers that are very popular amongst these pastors, like when they get to ripping the damn community off of all kinds of, what I'm saying, all of the damn, financial resources that your grandmother has, when they get done ripping her off, they go and spend hundreds and thousands of dollars on, all types of name brand apparel, right? All kinds of the Louis Vuittons, you know what I'm saying? You got your what's your Versace's, the damn Christian Dior's, the Armani suits. Like they go and they get clothes that are designed by people who are very soft. People who are soft. Can I say that on TikTok? Soft. Like these clothing designers that have these are named after men. But there's something about these designers, right? There's something about them that's just soft. I know I can get away with that. They're soft. They love to wear the soft apparel. They love to just look nice and soft up in that church, man. And again, in terms of their disguise, the clothing is just one of the layers. The clothing is just a piece of it. You understand? That's just a small piece of, the issue or the disguise. You think about the way that your pastor talks, man. The way that your pastor talks with all of those uh, 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 tactics and antics that he uses with the way he delivers his speech, right? One of your favorite damn pastors or reverends, Martin Luther King, he had a way with them words, man. He had a way with delivering those words in a way that was very soothing. You understand the cadence that he used, the scale in which he would, raise his that his voice would climb in certain parts to a certain part of this, the music scale, and then come down and then go back up and then come back down. All of these things intended to damn, hypnotize you and put you to sleep because it's just so soft and innocent and just soothing. It just caresses your soul to hear your damn Noel Jones and your damn TD Jakes get up there and just talk all smooth, you know it like and I'm not even talking about what they're saying yet. I'm not even talking about the things that they're communicating to disguise, you know what I mean, to present this very safe, message. I'm just talking about the way they articulate the things, man. The way that they do those damn one thing that I hate to demonstrate it, but just for, visual and audio purposes, the way your pastor gets into his sermon and he starts drawing out those S's on words. Am I the only one that has heard this? When your pastor's talking all soft and he says, Jesus, 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 Jesus. Damn near whispering. Like all of these things are just very intentional. Huh? These things are very intentional. These things aren't like you think they all just so happen to talk like that. Huh? You think someone else just like you think the pastor down the street just so happens to articulate his sermons the same exact way your pastor does? Well, you think they went to the same speech pathologist? Is that what you think is going on? Huh? No, no, no. There is a disguise that is being put on, man. And and again, the intention of this disguise is to present something that is very, very, very gentle and caring. Again, soothing. This is what's going on, man. This is what's going on up in that church, man. You know what I'm saying? And then, damn, you talk about, the damn. What about the singing? Does your pastor sing? Does your pastor get the? Did your pastor get the talking and then just bust out in a song? Oh, you don't know none of these pastors then. Maybe not your pastor, but maybe you know a pastor like that. A pastor that just get up there to talk and just for no damn reason, he just starts singing some slow song about how much he loves Jesus. Huh? What's going on with that? What's going on with that? The songs, you don't think those songs are intended to mellow you out? To get you nice and damn what they call it? Suggestible, to make you think that okay, whatever else is going on with this right here is very much safe and sound. Everything, it's all okay. The prayers, god damn, are you kidding me? The way that they do the prayers, everybody bow your head, close your eyes. Oh my god, the nonsense that comes out of their mouths when they're saying these prayers. Are you kidding me? These are all things that are intended to create a disguise, man. These are all a part of the disguise. You understand? Like you can't take this literal. Like you can't think that it's literally some damn sheep costume that someone's wearing that makes them a false prophet. You understand? Like that's like if you're looking for that, you're sick. You understand? You're sick, and you should definitely seek the counsel of the generals and the captains and the officers in the ISUPK, man, because you fail to think very logically and soundly. The disguise isn't literal sheep clothing, but it is all of these things I'm talking about here. All of these things. The apparel, the way that they dress, the damn, the damn red bottom shoes and the gator damn shoes, all polished, right? And the creases in their suits. But then it's the way that they talk, the way that the words come out of their mouths, their tone of voice. I saw a video on TikTok where there was a guy who was breaking down whooping. You understand? Now I don't know if you got whooping was a thing that I thought I didn't know it was I didn't really know it was a real scientific kind of strategic educational thing. I didn't know it, which is what kind of led me to kind of do this class tonight. But I saw a guy teaching a room full of other pastors and deacons and reverends and ministers and whoever the hell else would listen about how to raise your voice and you get to that high octave and then you do this thing right here and you do this here. There's a damn art to that. That is not something that is just damn happening. That ain't God doing any of that. You understand? The Most High has nothing to do with that. But they do understand entertainment. They do understand performing. You understand? Committing to the performance of preaching. There's a whole science to it, man. And I'm sure them people sitting in that room had to pay to hear that brother break down how you're supposed to go up as high as you can, and then you break it down a little bit and then go back up as high as you can. I mean, he was drawing the nonsense out on a sheet of paper. He was drawing it out. There's a curriculum to it. Listen, man, when you dealing I'm not aware of that in the Bible. I'm not aware of some curriculum about how the hell you supposed to, you know what I mean, raise up, this many octaves and then come back down and then go back up. Like, that is not biblical at all. But all of your pastors do it. Huh? All of your pastors are doing it. Hell, I saw a church with some of the rhythmically challenged. I mean, they were in there doing the same thing. Like, I mean, this has gotten out of hand. I mean, they're in there, dancing and shouting and speaking in tongues and running around the church and whooping and doing all the same disguises, all the same tactics, all the same techniques, man. We got to ask ourselves, man, is my pastor one of these damn wolves doing this nonsense? Ain't none of what I just talked about biblical, man. That suit ain't biblical. That robe ain't biblical. You understand? Talking the way that they're talking ain't biblical. The Bible talks about those that prophesy, just prophesy smooth words. You understand? It talks about the stupid music that comes from, these places, man. It talks about that nonsense, about how the Most High hates it, man. But the last element that I'll get into is the actual doctrine. The actual doctrine that's being spewed and pushed up in these churches, man, is very much, disguised. It is very much sheep disguising. A doctrine where, what kind of doctrine just pretty much, is all love? Huh? How safe and peaceful and harmless is a doctrine that says just everybody just love everybody and we all just get along? How much more of sheep, like sheep doctrine is that? Huh? Does it get any more than that? Everybody just love everybody. God don't hate nobody. God don't hate no thing. Huh? God don't hate nothing about your conduct or your behavior. He loves you no matter what you do. That sounds very safe and, simple to me. Huh? A doctrine where you can do no wrong, and no matter what you do, God just gonna bail you out and save you, and you're welcome. I mean, listen, we better be very careful, man. We can't be so naive, man. I know it sounds good, huh? I know the suits look good. I know the sermons sound good. I know the choirs, I'm saying, good night. The choirs are singing songs, that I mean, they're recording artists. These choirs have recording contracts and they sell music. They're good at singing. They sing. They sing, man. Ain't no question about that. But this doctrines of goddamn God loves everything and just everybody, man. And then, damn, to just, like even the superstitions that are taught in the Christian church, even the superstitions that are taught in there, like you'll hear a pastor say, if you sow $1,000 seed, then, God's going to bless you with, threefold in the next, 2 months. And if you ain't heard that nonsense yet, sure as hell you gonna hear the pastor get up on a whole bunch of seed sowing soapboxes now that everybody's getting these little income tax checks. You understand? Everybody gonna get your pastors are getting ready to OD on, these, you need to sow a seed, you need to sow into the ministry so that the Most High could, triple that and quadruple that. And no, they say tenfold. God gonna give you back tenfold. Why? Because this is your season. This is your season. This is what they'll say to you. They'll tell everybody that's gonna, fork over a few dollars that this is your season, man. Everything that you ever wanted is going to work out for you in this season. You've waited long enough. You've waited long enough. Your whole life has been just nothing but despair, nothing but tragedy after tragedy. You know what I mean? Trauma after trauma, oppression after oppression, abuse after abuse, failed relationship after failed relationship. Your children having all kinds of problems. You can't get your life together. But this is your season. Surely now everything will work out for you. Just put some money in here. That sounds good, right? That's it. You know what I'm saying? Yo said project much. Senator, I don't know if that's projection. You know what I mean? This is the opposite of this isn't what we do. This sure is how like what we do. But what I will say is I am speaking from a place of experience. I used to fall for this. I used to fall for the attire. I used to fall for the songs. I used to fall for the delivery of the sermon, right? And I used to fall for the belief that everything was just a-okay and just believe in God and just love God and just, when people ask you, do you love Jesus? You just say yeah. And everything's just good, man. I wore the cross, huh? I wore the cross while I did all kinds of abominable things. Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't say it's projection. It's more so just, firsthand, you know what I'm saying, account. These are all disguises, man. They teaching all this increase. Your damn Creflo dollars, huh? Creflo dollar. And I always use Creflo dollar because this social media. This goes across damn the world. Anybody in the world can hear this, and people are more likely to know Creflo dollar than they are to know the 10 people within a stone's throw of where I live that have churches that do the same damn things. You understand? And here's the thing. Your pastor is one of them. Your pastor does these same things. And the Bible says, beware. The Bible warns us against these things. Real men of God will warn the Most High's children about these things. But a false prophet will join into it. He'll join in the money grab. A false prophet will say, God damn, Pastor such and such, you made how much money last year off of your congregation? Oh, Bishop such and such, you made how much money last year off of your congregation? Untaxed? Listen, I want parts. I'm opening a church. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to open my own church. I'm going to follow the same blueprint. The same attire, the same songs. I'm going to deliver my sermons the same way you do it. I'm going to teach the same things you teach. I'm going to teach that the Most High don't care what you do. I'm going to teach that the law of the Most High is done away with. I'm going to teach that what God said we should and shouldn't do, we can forget about that. We could just do whatever we want to do and just tell God we love him and we believe in Jesus, and then everything works out. The people love to hear this. This pacifies the people who want to live wicked, disgusting, destructive lives. This pacifies them to think that no matter how wicked I am, God still loves me. God, at the end of the day, I'm going to go to this beautiful place in the sky, right? Where there's just no more trouble and no more problems. And I just get to live there and just, be happily ever after with God and streets paved with gold. And the angels are just so glad that my disgusting behind has made it up there, because all the wickedness I used to do, all the wickedness I did while I was alive, all of the lack of self-control, all of the self-satisfaction, and all of the gratification I gave myself, and every urge and lust I ever had, I just satisfied it. All of that's out the window because now I'm just singing with the angels, man. Sounds good, man. That's tough, man. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news. You're supposed to beware of that. God said, Christ himself said, beware of that. Christ preached against this. Christ spoke against this. How could Christ speak against this? I'm talking about, I'm giving examples from 2024. And Christ spoke about it, over 2,000 years ago? How could we be saying the same thing? That was a question. Give me enough time. Because the so-called preachers, the so-called pastors, the so-called politicians, the Sadducees and the Pharisees were doing the same thing back then. The battle that we fight right now is no different than the battle that the children of Israel fought thousands of years ago. You understand? Jim says, so Christ is a GD. Gangster disciple? I don't know. I guess you're talking about gangster disciples. You understand? We got to beware of this, man. How long will we be deceived, man? How long are we going to fall for this nonsense? It's like, I'm going to get back to these scriptures, but I go all day on this. It says, I'm going to read it again from the top. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 15. Beware of false prophets. False prophets. Like, these are people who have the title of a prophet. They're going to say, I'm a prophet, a prophetess. You got women, you know what I mean, buying into this. Which come to you in sheep's clothing. All these disguises. They come to you with, you know, the layers of the disguise. It's a very sophisticated game. But inwardly, on the inside, underneath of all of that, all of those suits, underneath of the songs, underneath of the damn speech, underneath of the the articulation, right? Underneath of the lies of doctor, underneath of the irresponsible doctrines that they teach, huh? About how high you can get, about the type of relationships that you should be, you know, that you're allowed to have, man. Like underneath all of those lies, they are ravening wolves. So you think your pastor's a sheep? Like, you guys, your pastor's either a sheep or a wolf. You understand? He is either someone who is truly going to do you no harm and is going to tell you the truth, is going to tell you things that help you, going to tell you things that are good for you, going to tell you things that you should and shouldn't be doing according to the Most High God of this Bible. But inwardly, they are ravening wolves. What does ravening mean? What the hell is ravening wolves? What the hell is ravening? You know what I mean? Anybody know? I'm gonna look it up real quick. It says, this is the Oxford Dictionary. Some of you, you know, this is class. It says it's an adjective, so it's like a descriptive term. And it's a descriptive term of a ferocious wild animal, not just an animal, but a ferocious animal. That's why it's affixed to the characteristics, you know, of a wolf. You understand? Like a pack of wolves, a wolf, but not just a wolf. You understand? Some people who are dog lovers, some people got dogs, you understand? And a wolf, you know, a wolf is whatever a wolf is. A wolf is, you know, light work to some, you know what I mean, skilled dog handlers, you understand, and trainers. But there is a type of wolf that even like there are some dogs that you know, even your most seasoned dog trainer is gonna have his damn hands full. It says ravening, extremely hungry, and hunting for prey. This is the wolf on a mission, man. This is the wolf who has an objective. This wolf is not, this wolf is very committed to the pursuit of what it is that they desire. Now, yo said not ravening. Yeah, ravening. You got it, Senator. Ravening. Ravening. All right. Ravening. You don't like when I say ravenous? He said it's ravenous. You in the King James? Ravening wolves. It's the same thing. Is ravenous different from ravening? Christians, man, what are you gonna do? So these are very hungry and determined beasts. These are beasts that are so hungry, they'll go through all of these layers of the sheep's disguise in order to capture the prey that they desire. Now, this is where, I mean, that's like just feel that for a second. Imagine that your pastor is doing all of this on Sundays, and all of it is an attempt to get what he truly wants. He doesn't truly want to help people. You understand? He doesn't truly want people to, succeed and thrive and live. The pastor wants one thing, man. Well, I can't say one thing. That's not true. Yeah, I can say one thing. I can say the pastor wants one thing, and I'm gonna get that out of the book of Isaiah, chapter 56. There's one thing. There's one thing that these pastors want. These wolves want. There's one thing that these wolves want. Was it chapter 56? I'm gonna start at verse 10, but it gets down into it in the verse 11. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go 10 through 12, and then we're gonna be a bit out of time. But I'm gonna keep it going on TikTok for a little bit. All right. It says, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 56, verse 10. It says, his watchmen are blind. The watchmen are supposed to be the leaders of the Lord's sheep, man. It's supposed to be the shepherds of the Lord's flock, the children of Israel. The people who are supposed to lead and guide and protect the Lord's chosen people are supposed to be watchmen. Here's the issue. The watchmen that are in charge now, the politicians, the pastors, man, it ain't much difference between the politicians and the pastors. The more I think about it, you'll say, quit yapping. You can swipe, brother. You can go ahead, Vine. It ain't that deep. It says his watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark. Dogs are supposed to, even a dog that ain't trained. If you've got the damn dog in your yard or in your house, when people come by, the dog's supposed to bark. You understand? They hear a thump, they don't know what the hell it was. They're supposed to bark. Roo, roo. What was that? That's like the natural, like the instinctual thing that is supposed to happen. That's what's supposed to happen. It says they're sleeping, lying down, just loving to slumber. They're just like lazy. They're lazy. But it's so much work that goes into putting on, this Sunday performance, putting on this Sunday theater. It's like damn Broadway up in that church, man. He's all sweating and got the towel. He's damn wiping his head, and he's just putting out so much work. Ha, ha. And at the end of the day, you done forked over thousands of the damn congregation have forked over thousands of dollars. And what has he truly given them besides a song and dance? Nothing. You understand? Nothing. He's giving them nothing, man. He's lazy. He's lazy. Is he really teaching the Lord's chosen people what they should and shouldn't be doing? What they should and shouldn't watch out for? Is he really doing that? Hell no. Why isn't he? Is he ignorant? He just don't know no better? Is he dumb? What, something wrong with his mouth? He can't say what the problem is. He can't say what the issues are. He can't say what the real issues are. Or is he just lazy? The hell is it? The hell is it? These are kind of like, these are damn near form, it's describing these people in such a way that they really can't get around it. I mean, this fits all of them. Pick one. Verse 11 says, yeah, yay. Salag, it says yay, which means yes or yeah. They are greedy dogs. They are greedy dogs. They are greedy dogs. Well, there you go right there. Maybe greed is what they truly desire. Maybe satisfying their greed is what they truly, must accomplish. Hmm? Maybe that's what all the ambition is about. Maybe that's what all the, what they say. You got to. I heard a pastor. He was being deposed. His name is David E. Taylor. He had a very it was a viral deposition where some attorney is grilling him about all the damn money he spends on suits, all the money he spends on cars, all the money he spends on the different properties that he has. And he's sitting here trying to make it like, oh yeah, those all belong to the church. The Rolls Royces for the church, the damn stretch Hummer, yeah, that's for the church. All of these things. Oh, the Louis Vuitton belts, yeah, I got to wear those belts because those are the good quality belts that last. I got to buy, a new Armani suit every time I go to preach because I just sweat so much. I just have to buy a new suit. Listen, man, maybe he's just greedy. Maybe a Rolls Royce just ain't enough for him. Maybe just having a little, nice little, house with his bills paid just ain't enough. Maybe he's got to live lavish. And I'll just give you a little heads up. We do a podcast, in Maryland called Chop and Cut, man. We're going to go over some of that deposition in the next episode. We're going to go over him today begging and yelling at his damn congregation about how they need to be giving him thousands of dollars to do his ministry when they've seen what he does with the money. Oh man, Salakia. It says they are greedy dogs which can never have enough. Which can never have enough. There is never enough money for TD Jakes. He'll never stop collecting money. He's got millions and millions of dollars. He'll never stop collecting money from you. He will raise an offering every time he's in the building. Same for Creflo Dollar. Same for your pastor. Your pastor, listen, y'all. I saw a pastor fuss at his congregation because they ain't get him a expensive enough watch for Christmas. Called them a bunch of cheap bastards. I mean, listen, they can't have enough. There's no satisfying your pastor, man. I hate to tell you that. I know he seems so soft and so sincere and just so concerned about the people. You sell him short on that offering, he will make the church get back up in line and come through again, man. He's got goals to reach, man. That pastor's got goals. He's got dreams and ambitions. He's got goals, man. He's got a damn vision board, man, of the stacks that he's supposed to be getting up out of y'all for all the singing and dancing he's doing every damn week for y'all. He wants you to fork it over. Are you joking? He can't have enough. Creflo Dollar, he got his congregation to spend millions of dollars on a jet. You know what he did? He told them he needs another bigger, better, newer jet. Oh, man, listen. That's why we need watchmen, man. That's why we need men like the brothers in the ISUPK to speak out against this, man. Because you're not going to go to another Christian church that's going to speak out against what they're trying to accomplish themselves, man. You're not going to do it. It says, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough. It says they are shepherds that cannot understand. Like, they don't understand the responsibility that they have. They think that they're supposed to take the sheep and use the sheep. They think they're supposed to take the sheep and take advantage of the sheep. You understand? For their own greedy lusts, man. It says they all look to their own way. God damn. Every last one of them, all of them, So if you think I'm not talking about your pastor, if you're defensive, if you're like, well, no, not my bishop, huh? not TD Jakes. Hmm? TD Jakes looks to his own way. Huh? You think I mean, look, we've been teaching these things like Christ taught these things. Are you kidding me? Christ taught about like these suckers, man, these hustlers that would try to take advantage of the Lord's people, man. And now the ISUPK is doing the same thing, man. We are trying to wake our people up to the hustle that's being ran on them, man. The game that's being ran on them. We got to wake the hell up, man. Get just a couple more on here, right? It says they all look to their own way, everyone for his gain. I mean, what you want to do? Huh? Pastor that's been doing it for 65 years, new pastor. They're all if it's not in the ISUPK under Command and General Yohana, if it's some other Israelite group, if it's some other, mosque or synagogue, if it's some other any other situation, if it's some damn what's his name, if it's some shrine, right? If it's some fraternity, if it's some any other thing, it's all the same. It's all. There's someone at the top looking for their own gain. That's it. It's all about their come up. It ain't about the people. It ain't about you. You're just a damn pawn. You're just someone that got took advantage of. You understand? Damn, man. What time be flying, man. Look, for time's sake, we got class coming up again at 7 o'clock, man. All right. On these same channels, all the social medias, the YouTube, the Facebook, the damn Twitter. You understand? Make sure y'all tune into those, man. At 7 o'clock. We got the Passover coming up, April 20th, man. In Durham, North Carolina. You understand? We got that coming on. Coming up. It's actually that whole week. We got a lot of events, man. We got the slaughter of the lambs. We got the all black party. We got General Muhammad's class. On the 21st, we also have the Feast of Unleavened Bread. You understand? The Passover and the Feast of Unleavened Bread are two things that the Most High said we're supposed to do according to the Bible. Huh? Those are traditions that we're supposed to keep. These are traditions that Christ kept. And I wonder if your pastor is going to celebrate the Passover, or is he just going to go celebrate Easter, which is not biblical. You understand? The celebration of Easter, some Easter tradition is not is anti-Christ. That's against Christ. You understand? We got to follow the Bible. We got to get back to what the Lord told his people to do, man. And those are just two of them coming up. All right. Again, I'll run a couple more of these, a couple of the commercials I ran at the beginning of a couple of the food drives we have in Baltimore weekly. You understand? Feeding the Lord's chosen people, man. On Command and General Yohana. You understand? Because he doesn't ask, he just gives. Command and General Yohana does the opposite of what your pastor does. He teaches us to give. You understand? We give to our people. We don't tax the hell out of y'all. No one paid for this class tonight. You understand? No, this is a free class. We've got free classes all the damn time, always. Huh? Listen, and here's the last thing, and this was something that it took just back to the topic, but just to clarify before I end the class. General Muhammad said something that was so impressive to me one time, right? And it really opened my eyes to the difference between us and them, right? He said that your pastor is going to dress like sheep and then do things to the children. You understand? He's going to dress like sheep and then do things to the women in the church. He's going to dress like sheep and then tell you lies. He's going to dress like sheep and rob and hustle and finesse you. You understand? Because inwardly, he's a wolf, a ravening wolf. All right. But in the ISUPK, I mean, damn, look at these spikes. If you only knew what these spikes would do to a man, you understand? We don't look like sheep. There's nothing sheep about what we do in the ISUPK. You know, a lot of people are afraid of us. You understand? Like we don't again, we don't look soft, we don't look approachable, we don't look like, you understand, someone that you should freaking try. And that's probably very much true. But inwardly, we love our people. We give so many damns about our people. We would never hurt our people. You understand? We would never lie to our people. We would never just try to hustle and finesse, a few dollars out of our people so we can wear, rainbow designer clothes. We would never do that. That's the difference. So you go ahead and stack your pastor up against what we do in the ISUPK, and you'll find out, you understand, who the false prophets are. So with that, I want to say Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shabarakathum to all the Akim. I see you, Officer Alizah. You know what I'm saying? Salakia Alizah. See you, Officer Mathum. You know what I'm saying? Trooper Bakar. Shalom. And I want to say Yahweh Shamar Alathan Bahashem Yahweh Shai to all the sisters out there. You understand? Make sure y'all click that attendance in the app. In the chat. Go ahead and get that credit. All right. With that, Shalom, Israel.